Picture this: India in the 12th century, a time of knights, kings, and epic battles. The air is thick with political tension, and power ebbs and flows between numerous kingdoms. The Chauhan dynasty is one of the major players, wielding significant influence over northern India. They're renowned for their military prowess, their strategic acumen, and their commitment to justice. This era is marked by significant events. There are alliances made and broken, territories won and lost, and battles fought that would go down in history. Amidst all this, the Chauhan dynasty stands strong, their power undiminished. They continue to shape the course of history, their actions echoing through the centuries. In this vibrant and tumultuous era, a remarkable figure emerges: Prithviraj Chauhan. He's a character of legend, a man whose story is intertwined with the fate of his kingdom and the history of his country. His tale is one of courage, honor, and unyielding determination. Born amidst the grandeur and might of the Chauhan dynasty, Prithviraj Chauhan's story begins. Born to Someshwar Chauhan and Karpuradevi in the vibrant city of Ajmer, Rajasthan, in the late 12th century, the young prince was steeped in the traditions of royalty from an early age. His early life was shaped by the teachings of his parents and the values they instilled in him. His father, a noble and wise king, imparted the lessons of leadership and courage, while his mother, a woman of grace and strength, taught him about compassion and the importance of upholding justice. Additionally, his education was not limited to the palace walls. He was tutored by learned scholars who honed his skills in statesmanship, warfare, and literature. From an early age, Prithviraj showed signs of a sharp intellect and a fearless spirit. These traits, coupled with his noble upbringing, shaped the prince into a charismatic young leader. Little did anyone know this young prince was destined to become a legendary figure in Indian history. With the passing of his father, a young Prithviraj Chauhan ascends to the throne. The kingdom was a vast expanse, a daunting challenge for a young leader, but Prithviraj, undeterred, embraced the enormity of his inheritance with a resolve that was beyond his years. He was now the ruler of the Chauhan kingdom, a realm steeped in history, brimming with potential and fraught with danger. In the early days of his reign, Prithviraj faced a myriad of challenges. The kingdom was surrounded by ambitious rivals, eager to exploit any sign of weakness. The administrative machinery was complex, a relic of the past that needed to be streamlined for the future. Economic policies required a fresh perspective, and military strategies needed to be reimagined in the face of emerging threats. But Prithviraj was no ordinary king. He was a visionary, a strategist, a leader who believed in the power of his people. He had an uncanny ability to identify potential, to nurture talent, and to inspire loyalty. He was quick to understand the intricacies of statecraft, and he used this knowledge to his advantage. He restructured the administration, bringing in efficiencies that were unheard of in his time. He introduced economic reforms that spurred growth and prosperity in the kingdom. The military was strengthened, with a focus on modern warfare techniques and a robust defense system. But perhaps his biggest triumph was the way he handled the threats from his rivals. Instead of giving in to the fear of attack, Prithviraj chose to engage in diplomacy. He built alliances and fostered relationships based on mutual respect and shared interests. He turned potential enemies into allies, a strategy that not only ensured the safety of his kingdom but also expanded its influence. His decisions, his actions, his leadership, they all contributed to the prosperity of the Chauhan kingdom. His reign was marked by growth, stability, and the unwavering loyalty of his people. Through his actions, Prithviraj showed that he was not just a king, but a leader who inspired his people. Prithviraj Chauhan was more than a king. He was a leader who inspired his people. Prithviraj Chauhan wasn't just a king, he was a warrior, a force to reckon with on the battlefield. His reign was marked not only by his royal lineage, but also by his military prowess. This was a king who didn't just rule from his throne, but led his armies into the very heart of the battle. As a warrior, Prithviraj Chauhan was a master strategist. His military campaigns were not just about brute strength, they were about outsmarting the enemy, making the battlefield a chessboard where he was always several moves ahead. One of the most significant battles under his command was the First Battle of Terrain. This battle was more than just a clash of swords, it was a clash of wills, a testament to Prithviraj's indomitable spirit. Against the invading forces of Muhammad of Ghor, he rallied his troops, not with the promise of victory, but with the promise of a fight well fought. And fight they did, with a courage and a fierceness that was the hallmark of Prithviraj's reign. His victories on the battlefield earned him a reputation that extended far beyond his kingdom. He was a warrior king, feared by his enemies, respected by his allies, and revered by his people. Each victory was a testament to his strategic brilliance, his unwavering determination, and his unparalleled bravery. But it was not just his victories that defined him. It was his ability to rise after a fall, to turn a defeat into a lesson, a setback into a comeback. His resilience in the face of adversity was as much a part of his legacy as his victories. Prithviraj Chauhan was not just a king who ruled, he was a king who fought, who led, who inspired. His story is not just one of a king, but of a warrior, a leader, a hero. In the echo of clashing swords and the thunder of charging horses, Prithviraj Chauhan etched his name in the annals of history. Every tale of glory has its share of trials and tribulations. Such was the case with Prithviraj Chauhan, the valiant king who stood tall even in the face of defeat. The Second Battle of Tarain, a turning point in his life and the history of India, is a testament to his indomitable spirit. In the year 1192, Prithviraj found himself once again on the battlefield of Tarain. But this time the outcome was different. Pitted against the formidable Ghurid general, Muhammad of Ghor, Prithviraj suffered a crushing defeat. Despite his best efforts, the tide had turned against him and he was captured, marking a dark chapter in his otherwise illustrious reign. But even in defeat, Prithviraj's spirit was unbroken. His capture by Muhammad of Ghor did not mark the end of his story. Instead, it painted a picture of a king who remained unyielding in the face of adversity. He was not just a warrior king, he was a symbol of resilience and bravery that resonated across the pages of history. His courage did not wane even when he was held captive. Stories abound of his defiance, of how he refused to bow down to his captors. His resilience is the stuff of legends, a testament to his indomitable spirit. His refusal to surrender, his staunch resistance, speaks volumes about his character, about the man he was. The fall of Prithviraj Chauhan was a significant event, a turning point in the history of India. But it was not just about the fall of a king, it was about the rise of a hero. A hero who, despite his defeat, continued to inspire millions with his bravery and defiance. Even in his fall, Prithviraj Chauhan remained a symbol of courage and defiance. His story is a reminder that true heroes are not defined by their victories alone, but also by how they face their defeats. And Prithviraj Chauhan in his fall rose as a hero that continues to inspire us even today. Prithviraj Chauhan's life ended, but his legacy lived on. Prithviraj Chauhan, the valiant warrior king, left an indelible imprint on the annals of Indian history. His reign marked a vibrant epoch, a time when courage, honor, and chivalry were the order of the day. But beyond the battlefield, Prithviraj Chauhan's influence reached far and wide, extending into the realms of literature, culture, and popular media. A significant part of Prithviraj Chauhan's legacy is his contribution to literature. He was not only the subject of epic tales, but also a contributor himself. The Prithviraj Raso, an epic poem written in the Brajbhasha dialect, is attributed to his court poet, Chand Bardai. This comprehensive biography narrates his life, his reign, his heroic deeds, and the grandeur of his court, preserving his story for generations to come. Today, Prithviraj Chauhan is remembered as a symbol of Indian valor and heroism. His tales of bravery, his legendary encounters, and his ultimate sacrifice in defending his kingdom have been passed down through generations, ingraining his memory into the cultural fabric of India. His story is a beacon, a testament to the spirit of resistance and the will to fight against all odds. Moreover, Prithviraj Chauhan's life has been a source of inspiration for various forms of popular media. His life and exploits have been portrayed in numerous films, television series, and literary works, making him a household name across the country. His portrayal in these mediums not only keeps his legacy alive, but also serves to inspire future generations with his tales of courage, honor, and dedication. In conclusion, Prithviraj Chauhan's legacy transcends the boundaries of time. His life serves as an enduring symbol of indomitable courage and unyielding spirit. His influence permeates the realms of history, literature, and culture, making him an integral part of India's rich heritage. Prithviraj Chauhan, the warrior king of the Chauhan dynasty, continues to inspire and captivate us with his life and legacy.